Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Origin Story. I'm your host, Mike Weinstein, and tonight I'm joined by my guest, Ashton Kelley.
What's up, guys?
If you don't know, Ashton Kelley is a skateboarder originally from Los Angeles, California, but currently lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. His channel focuses on the community behind skateboarding, his friends, and his daily life. Check out his 619 videos to find some trick tips, vlogs, or some skateboarding reviews. His channel has over 4 million views and close to 70,000 subscribers. Follow the links below to all of his social media and be sure to check out his merch. Thanks for coming on the show today, Ashton.
Thank you guys for having me, man. It's funny because like months ago, I posted on my Instagram story, because I was watching like a bunch of podcasts and listening to a bunch of podcasts. So I posted on my story, if anyone has a podcast, let me come on it. Like I want to be on a podcast so bad. And then you guys hit me up like months later. So this is perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, your channel is warranted. And I think it's interesting because there's so many opportunities on YouTube. And the reality is it's just like being consistent. And you've grown this channel so quickly over a very short amount of time. So we'll get into YouTube in a second. But I just love talking to people and having fun and learning about their stories because every story is so different. So,
Right.
So let's go back to growing up in Los Angeles. Before you started skateboarding, what were some of the hobbies and things that you were interested in doing?
Honestly, I was into everything. Like I was into BMX, basketball, football. I was actually I don't know if anybody knows this, but I really liked baseball. And like I would play in like 5th, 6th grade. And yeah, I was pretty much into everything, like every sport, everything. But once I got into skateboarding, like I didn't pay attention to anything else. Like it was just skateboarding once I found a skateboard.
What about baseball was the draw to you?
I was just good at it. Like, honestly, like I don't remember like when I first started playing, but I remember just like randomly playing and I was just good at it. And people were like, damn, you're really good at this. And I was like, yeah, like it was fun. Not to brag or anything, but like, I remember playing in a game in like, I think 6th or 7th grade. I hit the ball and the bat broke and people were just like freaking out. I was like, I don't know what happened. But yeah, baseball is really fun. Like, so was I thought everything was fun, honestly.
Breaking a bat is pretty impressive, especially in like 7th grade.
I know, right?
Yeah. And honestly, like when you're a kid like that, anything that you are good at is always a draw. It's always so fun to do that. And I think something about like those kind of sports and skateboarding have a similarity where you're building a community. You got to the main difference is it's like structured. You're going to practice and things like that. Where skateboarding, it's not as structured. But that is
it's just like your own thing. Yeah.
Exactly. It's more of like a super individual sport where you have to do all the work on your own. But it is cool to know that that's the root of who you are. You always played these kind of sports. So just a question based on the channel. Did you ever play soccer growing up?
Yeah, I actually played soccer too.
Okay. Because
I'm pretty sure I played everything, like roller skates, scooters, like everything. The only thing I wasn't like too good at was BMX. Like I could not like bunny hop, bar spin. I couldn't do anything. So I just tried it, gave it up. I was like, this isn't for me. But yeah, everything else I think I played. Yeah.
Was BMX your intro into the action sports world? Was that like the first action sport that you did?
I think so. Yeah. I think that one was the like one that I got hurt the most at before skating.
Huh. Interesting.
Because when you fall on a BMX bike, it's like like your legs get tangled up. It's not fun.
Yeah. And like a skateboard, you can kick away, but a BMX bike, you're getting like, I don't know, a 30-pound device just bouncing on top of you potentially. It's a little more dangerous and scary. So when you're growing up in LA, when did you start skateboarding? What was the first introduction that you saw into the sport?
Well, I've always had a skateboard in the house, like ever since I was, as long as I can remember. Before, like since I was like, I don't know, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8, there's always been a skateboard in the house, but it was just like, I just saw it as like a toy, I didn't really know anything about it. And then in 2007 is when I started skating, when I was like 11, maybe 12. And I remember seeing someone do a tray flip like in a YouTube video or some, I don't remember. I don't even think it was on YouTube. I think it was just like on TV. I saw someone do a tray flip and I was like, that's amazing. I want to learn that. And then that's when like I opened my eyes to skateboarding, because after I saw that, I wanted to go get a skateboard. I started meeting people like at my school that skated. And then 2007 is the year I don't know if you know Fully Flared, the skate video.
Yeah, of course.
That's the year that that video came out, and I still think that that's like probably the biggest skate video ever still. So as soon as I started skating, like that video came out. That's when like, you know, skate videos were becoming like super, super popular. Um, and that's how it started. I just saw someone do a tray flip on TV and I was like, I gotta try that.
Yeah, but you said that there was a skateboard always around in the house. So was
Right.
someone else in the household interested in skateboarding, or is it just
No,
like
it was just,
toy?
yeah, it was just a toy at the time. Um, yeah, and then I just started really getting into it 2007 when I was like 11, 12, like learning tricks, like even knowing you could do tricks. Cause like I said, when I saw someone do the tray flip, like on the TV, I didn't even know you could do tricks on a skateboard. I thought you just roll around on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was
just
like,
a
I gotta learn
device,
that.
like a mode of transportation, right? I get from here to there,
Yeah.
right in
Right.
the driveway or whatever. That's interesting. So fully flared is that a Lakai?
Yeah. Lakian girl, I believe.
Lakai and girl, yeah, together,
Yeah.
which is interesting because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. You're not a fan of girl skateboards, but I'm not a fan of fully flared as much as I was of yeah, right. I think
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It was really cool too.
that was a
Yeah.
good one. I
I
like
love the team though. The girl team,
it.
like Mike Moe, like
Yeah,
at the time, Mike Moe was my favorite skater for so long. I love the team.
yeah, they
Amazing
did
team,
have
amazing videos, everything.
an epic team back in the time frame. So
Right.
I haven't seen fully flared in so long. I'm definitely gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Um,
it in a while.
the DC movie had the same effect on me as Fully Flared, I think, had on you, where I watched that and I mean, I was skating at the time, but I was just like blown away by what people could do, especially Danny Way going down in, like the intro to that mega ramp. That was just nuts.
Yeah, I remember like when I very first started, I showed my mom like parts of Fully Flared, and she was like, "This isn't even real. Like, what are you showing me? Like, this is fake. Like, they're so good that people literally think it's fake,
Yeah.
which is crazy."
I mean, I can see that today. There's the kids from me growing up to now, like kids on the internet and showing like 10-year-olds ollieing like 13 stairs. It just blows me away. I'm like, holy cow, how did these kids do that? So you start skating
Mhm.
and you get into this rhythm of skating, meeting kids at school, going to the skate park, getting all around. And how did you just how did you kind of know that this is your thing right away? What was the thing that drew you to skateboarding?
Um, Honestly, when I very first started, just how cool it looked. Like, it just looked so cool. Like seeing people do kick flips and heel flips, I was like, dude, I have to learn that. Like, I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I have to learn that. Like I said, I was a fan of like everything before skating, like BMX. Like I would watch people, you know, BMX, ride roller skates, everything else, play basketball, football, baseball, but like nothing stood out to me like skateboarding did, you know?
Yeah, and so you're skating. When did you begin, and when did you begin to start filming? Because it's another side of who
Um,
you are as a background, right? You're a very good filmer as well.
yeah, thank you. I think I started not too soon after, um, because my first video I ever posted on YouTube was in 2009. So 2 years after I started skating. But even before that, I remember my mom had like this really old camcorder, and I would just film like a bunch of random stuff on that. So I think pretty early on, probably the same year I started skating, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it goes hand in hand where you watched all these guys skate and then film themselves to understand that. So,
Right.
were you just filming in 2000? Say, let's call it 2007. You start filming
Okay.
yourself. How did you kind of start to begin to understand how to use the camera, the right angles, all those kind of things, or was it just trial and error?
Um, I started watching more skate videos, so I would just like, you know, learn from just watching. Um, and then in school is when I met like my skater friends, like the little skater group. And they would film too. Like when they would film me, I would see how they would film, and then I would film them, and they would see how I filmed. And like we would just talk about like, oh, film it from like this angle. Like you want to film someone skating like with the camera facing towards like the front of their body. So it was just like, I guess just us just filming each other. We kind of just like adapted off of that.
And in school, was there any opportunity for you to take any kind of classes that were focused on the film industry or cinematography or kind of anything about film and culture?
I remember my friend had like, I think some kind of editing class, and I would literally just go in his class while he was in class. And I remember this was like, I don't know what year this was, maybe like 2009, maybe. And I remember he had filmed like some skating, like he had filmed us skating and then took it to school and like took it to his editing class and was editing a skate video in his editing class. And like, that was the sickest thing. Yeah, that's really not, I've never had any like editing classes or anything. I always wanted to, but I just never had any. Yeah.
It's pretty wild that 2009, right? This kid's bringing stuff to editing class, and you're just like kind of
Yeah.
going. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to audit this class. It's very very ahead of
Right.
the time
Yeah.
for what you wanted to do. So you skate all through high school, and what is the progression like as you're going through from like middle school to high school? And did you begin to get a lot more into the career side, like wanting to be a professional skateboarder? Was that the goal?
Yeah, I think everybody at the time, like their dream was to be like pro, you know, because there was at the time there was no like YouTube skaters, there wasn't anything but being pro for like a board company.
Hmm.
So I think everyone, that's just what everyone wanted. Um, but yeah, we just like we knew you could be a skateboarder and like have a life as a skateboarder. But obviously we never knew how to like actually do that. Like at the time, the thing to do was to film a sponsor me tape and send it to a company. So I did that a bunch. And I actually ended up getting hooked up by like a couple of companies. Like I remember this one company sent me like, I think it was a grip tape company. They would send me grip tape. And then there was like local skate shops that would hook it up with like clothes and like their boards and stuff. Cause you know how some shops have like their own shop boards.
Yeah.
I used to get some of those. So that was really fun. But the career side didn't come until like, cause at the time I was just having fun, you know, like I was just,
Yeah.
like, just a kid that wanted to skate. Like I wasn't thinking about like, you know, making money or having a job or anything. So that didn't come along until like right before I started the channel I have right now. So like maybe like 5, 6 years ago, maybe.
So yeah, you graduate high school, and then what's next for you?
I think that was about the time because before I had this channel, I had like 2 or 3 other channels.
Hmm.
Um, and it just didn't go how I wanted it. So I deleted them all. And then I started this channel in 2016, but right before that, I remember taking like a break from, you know, filming and skating because I've been doing like filming, skating since I started. So I took a little break from like the YouTube thing. At the time, I didn't even know you can make money on YouTube. And then I realized like there's like people making money on YouTube. Like I like filming, like I've been making videos way before YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this channel. And luckily enough, when I started my channel, that was when anybody can make money. Now you need like 1,000 subscribers, you need like all these things.
Yeah.
So right when I started this channel, I was able to make money like the first day. And I remember seeing like 16 cents and I was like, this is sick.
That's that's
Yeah.
an amazing thing though, because immediate satisfaction of showing your
Yeah.
opportunity here.
Right.
So yeah, good.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So you had 2 or 3 other channels before the current channel, which is your self-titled channel. What were
Mhm.
the titles and premise behind those channels, or was it the same kind of concept?
It was the same kind of thing because the very first videos that I posted were just like the randomest videos. Like I think all the channels were just my name. No. The very first channel I had, my friend gave me like this really. I remember making the channel in 2009 with me and my friend sitting at the computer, and he was like, "What should the name be?" And I was like, "I don't know, just my name or something." He was like, "No, that's boring." And then he named it Ashton 12345, which is funny. Um, yeah, but wait, what was the question again?
Uh, uh,
Like
if they
the
were self-titled or
Oh,
what
the chat. Yeah,
premise
yeah, yeah.
behind the
They
channels, yeah.
were. So after that one, I think they were just like, I think they were just my name. I just named them my name. And then I remember posting like, I think it was trick tips. I think I wanted to post trick tips. So I started posting trick tips, and I was like, these aren't getting any views. Like these kind of suck. I don't really want to keep doing this. Like I kind of suck at it because this is when I wanted to actually be a YouTuber now. Because before, like wanting to make money and everything, it was just like random, like 4-second videos of my friend doing a kickflip, like random stuff. But now I wanted to, you know, take the YouTube route of like actually, you know, making good videos for people to watch. So I remember trying to make, like I said, trick tips and stuff. Didn't really, you know, get any views, any subscribers. I was like, man, this sucks. So I just deleted, I think it was just 2 channels. I made first channel, it sucked, deleted that one, made another one. Same thing happened, wasn't getting any views, deleted that one. And then when I made this channel, I told myself before I even started the channel, I was like, I'm not going to pay attention to the views, to the subscribers, to anything. I'm just going to have fun with it. So I started it, and it actually did really good. Like in the beginning, like I remember getting to like 2,000 subscribers pretty quick. After that, it was super slow. But yeah, that's how those started.
Yeah, and you said in one of your videos that it took you 2 years on the second channel, I'm going to guess, to get to 500 subscribers. And then on this channel, you got to that very quickly. So it was like that
Yeah.
was kind of a little bit of learning one of those steps.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
On channel number 2 is where you first featured Chris Jocelyn, and I think he's a big part of the questions from the subscribers for sure. So is that correct?
Yeah. The Chris Jocelyn one was in the same channel, because the very first channel I had, the one I started in 2009, was I had that one for years. I don't even remember the last time. I think the last time I posted on that channel was to introduce the new channel that I have. But yeah, I had that channel for so long. So that one was the one where I started my channel, met Chris Jocelyn, filmed with Chris, filmed like a bunch of skating. But like I said, that one wasn't to be a YouTuber. It was just a place to put skating clips.
Yeah, like an archive,
Yeah.
an online archive of what you wanted to post. It makes sense.
Right.
And I had never thought of YouTube as like the ability to have this amazing archive of your life, and it truly is.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy that you're friends with someone who was recently on a Super Bowl ad, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I knew like the day I first met him, he was just like killing the skate park. I was like, this kid's gonna be pro in no time. And like he had all these crazy sponsors already. Like he was sponsored by like Powell, Bones Wheels, like the local skate shop. He had a bunch of sponsors. So I was like, this kid's gonna be pro for sure.
That's pretty cool, and it's not too far off of what you are, because you were also sponsored. You had all these things, which is not at all. I wanted to say this because it's not at all a normal thing for every skater growing up, right? Like every kid
Definitely.
aspires to have the ability to get a sponsor, even if it's just the local shop, right? To give them a board or something like that. That's every little kid's aspiration, and you accomplished that, which is really cool.
Yeah, I remember like getting like when I first started skating, getting anything from like a shop, a company was so, even if it was just like a sticker, I was like, this is so sick.
Yeah. If I ever, even if I bought a skateboard and I got a sticker, I was stoked. I was like, oh, sick, I can put it somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's just like a cool little thing for every little person's dream, right? So the other thing that I wanted to go back to the past on you is one on your Facebook page.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's deep. No, I'm just kidding. Your favorite movie is quoted as The Sandlot. So is that still your favorite movie, or has your interest moved on?
I don't even remember posting anything on Facebook. The Sandlot. I remember really liking The Sandlot. I can remember that, but it's not The Sandlot anymore. My favorite movies probably are like horror movies. I don't know what my favorite movie is, but my favorite genre is like horror and sci-fi, definitely. And it's funny because people always ask me like, what's up with all the like horror stuff? Like I have a Chucky doll right there, and I'm just like, I'm like the biggest fan of horror. It's so funny to see people in the comments like, why do you have all this creepy stuff? I have a Ouija board right there. Yeah,
I see that. Yeah, and you have a video with the Ouija board too.
Yeah,
and the thumbnail is terrifying. You did good on the thumbnail. Yeah, your Facebook is interesting. It's your favorite music is AWOL Nation. Favorite TV show is My Life as Liz. I don't know who that is. And then sports team that you support is Alien Workshop. I didn't even know that was considered a sports team, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was do you know how long ago that was? Those when I posted those?
No, I have no idea. No, Facebook doesn't give me a timeline, but
I'm pretty sure those were like 2010, probably something like that.
Definitely. And it was one of those things at the time where like everyone was posting what their favorite things were, and then it became such a like not shown item on the page, so you just consider it forgotten basically. So yeah, definitely I love the archive of the internet to go back and see that. So okay, so now we get to the I guess 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, so 2014ish or 15ish, when you started your self-titled Ashton Kelley channel.
Yeah, I started this channel in 2016, I think, like maybe middle 2016.
I should know that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're almost exactly right. March 7th, 2016 is when the channel was started. So
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. Oh my gosh. That is why this is like the second time this coincidence happened.
It's almost been exactly how many
Almost
years? 5?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, that's
that's crazy.
crazy. That's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is all not at all by my amazing foresight. So you start the channel, right? And you're
Hmm.
starting to grow. And you said the first 2,000 subscribers was very easy for you.
Right.
Why do you think it was so much easier than before?
Um, I don't know. I think it was because I had like all my friends involved. Like I started posting with my friends, so all my friends subscribed. And this is when um like social media was like everyone was posting everything to social media. So I was like posting about I had a channel. So I was just yeah, I think it was just all my friends just subscribing like as soon as I made the channel. So I guess they thought it was cool. Like my very first videos were just me and my friends just hanging out, just being dumb. So I think people just liked that in the beginning. But yeah, after the first like 2000, it was so slow.
And slow how? So like what was
It-
slow about it? Because it was just once you hit that, how long do you think before you got to 10,000? Because that was, I know originally that was like one of your goals. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers.
right. So from 2000 to 10,000 probably took me like 3.5 years or something like that. It was like so slow. I was getting like 2 subscribers a day. It was crazy.
It's not easy. And the one thing that you've
Definitely.
done right on this is, well, the one thing you've done right with YouTube is you've been very consistent on posting and being
Yeah,
part
I
of
don't
the community.
honestly, I don't think I've went longer than a whole week without posting on this channel.
Yeah. And the channel has videos all the way back to 5 years ago, which is
Mhm.
amazing. I mean, it's just like, I'm guessing you've also hidden some videos too.
Um, I don't think so. I think I
No,
kept them all. I think
that's amazing.
so.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because we I talked to so many people that are just like, oh yeah, there's like I have like 400 more videos on my hidden playlists. I'm like, oh, that's you got to release them. Those are great.
Yeah, I just left them all there just for the memories, I guess.
And so you have good like you have good titling, you have good thumbnails in the beginning. So they've obviously gotten better. But how
Yeah.
did you know how to when you started this channel? How did you know how to do all those kind of things?
I think just watching other YouTubers doing the same kind of thing, like other skateboarding YouTubers like John Hill, Garrett Jenner, like those guys.
Yeah,
Um, I remember always wanting because they would have like the craziest titles and thumbnails and like do the craziest thing. Like I remember Garrett Jenner made a shoe out of gummy worms. And I remember always wanting to make videos like that, but I just never had like just shoes to just destroy, you know? So yeah, I think it just came from just watching other skating YouTubers
yeah.
and just
Follow
YouTubers in general.
it makes sense because it's different. That's the hardest kind of things out there is to learn how to do the titling and the thumbnails because that's really what makes people come to the channel. And so you
Yeah,
have
I can like film and edit an entire video and be done with it and just not post it because I don't have a title or a thumbnail. I'm like, I don't know what to title this.
wow.
It's coming up with the title is probably the hardest thing about making a video.
And so from a creative process, do you ever go into videos with a title in mind?
Yeah, I try to always picture the title and the thumbnail first before I even start filming.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes it easier. Then once you're editing, you know
definitely.
what it is. But
Right.
do you ever get like totally sidelined when you're making the video and you're like, I know what the title is, I know what the thumbnail is going to look like. Then you edit the video and you're like, I have no idea what the title is actually going to be.
Yeah, sometimes I'll even like come up with the title and the thumbnail, go out to film a video, and then something totally different will come up. Like I remember there's a couple of times like there's a couple of videos on my channel where the title and the thumbnail is like me getting kicked out by like a security guard or whatever. Like I went into those videos like with a totally different title and thumbnail, but then something better happened. I was like, okay, now this is the title and thumbnail.
Yeah, that's a good way to roll through it. So
Right.
you have there's 611 views, 3.9 million or sorry, 611 videos, 3.9
That's I
million
didn't
views.
I didn't even know how many videos I had, honestly.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable amount. It's a really good amount. So when you look back at the beginnings of your channel and getting, the 5, 10, 200, 400, 2,000, 5,000 views, let's talk about some milestones. So when your first video hit 100,000 views, what was that like to you as a YouTuber?
Um, Honestly, I don't even remember catching the first video that hit 100,000. Like I try, for the most part, I try not to look at, like my video view number, my subscriber number. Like I'll pay attention to that stuff when it's close to like a milestone. But for the most part, I won't even, try to, because it'll get to your head a lot. So I try
Yeah.
not to look at it that much. But I remember seeing my first video hit 100,000. I was like, this is crazy. Because I'd been filming, like doing everything for so long. So to see that, it was just like a relief. Like finally, like, what I mean, like it paid off. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like the feeling of like working towards something and having it pay off. It was a good feeling.
Yeah, YouTube is like is one of those things where you never know why something's going to happen. You never know when it's going to happen, but if you consistently do uploads, you'll get there one day. And
Right.
it's wild. This guy David Manning described it as you do all this work, like you're working, you do all this work, and then you don't know what you're going to get paid until after you turn it in and it's over. And then you go to your boss and go,
Right.
"So, how much money am I going to make this week?" I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
this much. It's wild. It's wild to think of that, but it really is like the thrill seekers and the people who want to be entrepreneurs are on the channels. So you have some great content in the past year, and I want to talk about like kind of a shift in the channel of why you think you've grown so much in the past year. What's kind of the secret sauce behind Ashton Kelley growing in 2020?
Honestly, I don't know. I really think quarantine had a lot to do with it, honestly, because my channel started growing middle of middle of quarantine, I think, like middle of 2020. And I was like, people are home, nobody's in school, like people are on YouTube watching stuff. So I think that had something to do with it. Um, but I remember posting a video. It was a skateboard setup video, a Baker skateboard setup video. And I remember that video just like blew up super quick. So I think those two things together is like what brought a bunch of new people to my channel.
Yeah, and so would you say because the skateboard community is so they're so in tune with YouTube now. I feel like they go so hand in hand.
Right.
Do you feel like the people who join your channel are used to YouTubers and they're very positive within the comments?
Yeah, I think they are because I don't want to jinx it, but like
Yeah, and
I haven't really gotten any hate really in the comments. Like it's all positive. And like I'll notice people commenting like, yo, this video still has 0 dislikes. It's crazy. So yeah, I think everybody who goes into watching anything skateboarding related on YouTube knows what they're getting into. So I think they just I think everyone's just like super in tune with it now.
so there's two things that I want to talk about right there that you said. 0 dislikes. That's amazing. But you also have this amazing thing that you've added to your videos, which is you do a little bit of an intro and all of a sudden it pauses and then it says you cannot continue without liking this video. Where did the
Yeah, yeah.
idea for that come from and how has that impacted your channel?
I remember seeing that screenshot somewhere online. It says must leave a like to continue watching video or something. I was like, that is great. Like I have to like put that in my video somehow. And then I was playing around with it when I was editing and I was like, this should be an intro, but I didn't want to have it just go like be silent. I needed to put like some kind of noise because I know a lot of YouTubers put like really quick, like 2-3 second intros. Um, and I remember like right before I did that, I was watching like some GTA 5 videos or like just random GTA videos. And I was like, that little ding, everyone knows that little GTA ding. So I put
Yeah.
that in there and people loved it.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
great.
it makes so much sense. And literally every time I watch probably, I don't know, 10 videos today throughout the day. And every one of them, I was like, okay, I got to like the video now. Like you don't know. And so that's a great piece. Have you seen since you've added that a significant increase in likes?
Yeah, definitely. I'll even see comments of people like, because most people, when they watch their favorite YouTubers, they'll like the video without even watching the video first. And I'll notice people are like, I unlike the video just so I could like it when the like shows up. And I was like, people really like it works. It works.
That is a testament to the power of that little segment of
Yeah,
video,
I know, right?
as well as the intro. So how did you come up with your intro and the music behind it? It's another famous
Yeah, so
piece of pop culture.
yeah, that was like a while ago when I had that intro. I just knew I wanted you know, because like my favorite YouTubers at the time when I like first started, they would all have like cool intros, cool like montages throughout the video, like cool outros. And I was like, I gotta incorporate something in my videos that's like amusing like that. So for some reason I was just like attracted to intros. I was like, I want a cool like 5-second intro, something that'll just get people's attention in the very first few seconds of the video. So I came up with the it actually took a long time to make that 5-second intro,
I have
because
no.
I know I wanted like my social medias, I wanted music, I wanted something that looked cool. So I was just like doing a bunch of stuff, and it just kind of came together on
It's
its own,
crazy.
really.
It's crazy how those little parts, like 5 seconds of a video, can take so much time to get it absolutely perfect. And then the next,
Right.
I don't know, 8.5, 10, 12 minutes of the video is just kind of falls together on its own. So,
Right.
but those are exactly what you want, from the algorithm and from what people have said on YouTube is if you draw their attention right at the beginning and you do that twice very well. So it's an awesome thing on the channel itself.
Right.
So the other thing that we've kind of been talking around and dancing around is within especially action sports, I'll say, um, there's this industry shift. And Chris Jocelyn was someone that you're friends with who went through the standard, I would call it the older way of becoming a sponsored skateboarder, which is you skate, you post videos, you send videos to professional companies, major companies. They
Right.
may or may not talk to you. Obviously, according to John Hill and other skateboarders, living in LA has a benefit to that.
Yeah.
But you go through that traditional channel, you kind of tour with people, you go to events, you do that. Now within the industry, there's a complete shift, which is the shift that you're on. Not at
Right.
all going through these major outlets and using the I would say the second biggest outlet behind Google, which is I guess the same because of the same company, but going through YouTube to promote yourself and create a brand. So do you
Right.
think that this is going to change the industry forever?
Um, I think so. Like, I don't see it going back to how it was ever, because I feel like even YouTubers right now are like, if I don't know how many YouTubers like actually get offered TV shows, but like some YouTubers are like, I got offered a TV show and they like turned it down because they feel like it's a step backwards now, because everything is just so instant with the internet and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and everything.
Yeah,
So with the skateboarding industry, I don't think it'll ever like go back to how it, like I don't think people now are like making sponsor me tapes to send to companies now.
they're just promoting a YouTube channel and building that. The
Right.
companies can come to them through there. Yeah, I think it's an interesting shift because not many industries have this. There's a lot of guarded industry, and action sports used to be that, but I think the internet will change them very drastically in how they recruit and build. Um, Interesting you say that about TV shows, right? Because
Mhm.
a lot of major YouTubers can get millions of views. And it used to be, I forget who I was listening to on Joe Rogan, but one of the people had said, I was number 70 on the pop charts of TV shows, and ours was getting like 5 million views a week. But that is not at all today because people don't have to be glued to a TV. They can use streaming services, they can use YouTube,
Right.
they can use so many things. So it very well might be a shift to go backwards because you could get 5 million views on YouTube, but your TV show might only get 700,000 views. Is that really
Right.
promoting yourself? So,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like these big YouTubers are getting so many views. It's crazy. It's like every time I hear like a super popular TV show and like the numbers they get, I'm like, these YouTubers are pulling so many more views than these TV shows, dude. It's crazy.
very much so, and it's at your own pace whenever you want it, on demand, completely free.
Right, dude. Yeah. It's definitely the future, and it definitely is happening right now.
It is. It's crazy to think that. So, one thing about your channel is Mountain Dew. Um, I don't. I mean, I understand the drink, but when did you start drinking Mountain Dew, and how did that become such a core to you?
Um, I just always like even before this channel, I would just like it was my favorite soda. And then when I started my channel, like when I was doing like the vlogs, like the daily day in the life type things, I would always be drinking a Mountain Dew, and then I would just like randomly say like, you guys got to get a Mountain Dew, like it's the best soda. And then as my channel got bigger, more people started like jumping on the Mountain Dew train with me, and I was like, this is crazy. Now people are like always sending me snaps of them like buying Mountain Dew, drinking Mountain Dew. So it just kind of like adapted its way through my videos with me, I guess.
It's got to be cool. It's got to be cool to show up to a skate park and a kid rolls up and gives you a Mountain Dew, right? It's got to be
Yeah,
a cool feeling.
it's happened 2 days in a row when I was in LA.
No way.
Yeah, like I rode to the skate park. They were like, they actually messaged my friend Casey and was like, yo, tell Ashton, I heard Ashton's in LA. Tell him to come to the skate park. I'll give him a Mountain Dew. And I was like, okay, sick. Like, let's go. And then, yeah, that happened 2 days in a row.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's like rolling up and seeing a sponsor. You're a sponsored skateboarder in their eyes, no matter how you see it. You know, you've
Yeah,
achieved this level that is now celebrity, which is a very cool accomplishment to reflect on.
yeah,
You know, looking back at a little kid saying, "I'd like to be that." You've gotten yourself there.
right. My 14-year-old self would be so happy right now.
Yeah, very much so. And
Yeah.
I truly think that this is the entry to the next chapter of your channel because it's truly growing. So you also have a different shift where you were doing a lot of daily content or more frequent content.
Mhm.
Why? What was the shift to pull back a little bit to you're bi-weekly now?
Actually, I started, Vlogmas,
Yeah.
where YouTubers like post every day. I wanted to do that, but I was like, posting every day is going to be like super stressful. I'll try like 3 or 4 times a week. And then I got into the rhythm of it and I started doing every other day. And I've been doing every other day since Vlogmas, since December. But right now I'm like taking like a little break. But earlier on, it was like every single day. Like when I first started, I was posting every day. And then I stopped doing that because it gets so tiresome. Like it just gets so stressful. And like I didn't have the best computer, I didn't have the best camera. So it was like a struggle just to even get out a video. And I was still trying to do them every day. So I was like, I'm gonna just like take it easy for a little bit because this is way too stressful, especially because of the like what I was trying to do. Like I was trying to post every day just on my phone. Like it was getting to be a lot. So I was just like, I'm gonna just chill for a bit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And there's got to be a point where content versus frequency that you're losing because the frequency enhances, you're losing the content or the quality of it and what's
Right.
best for the viewer. And
Right.
sometimes the viewer might not understand the choice, but in the end they're getting a better product.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But you know, that's sometimes when the comments get negative. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm just kidding. So one thing that you said right there is you're using your phone, and now you have two cameras to use and to choose from. So what was it like, you know, going through? How did you start the channel? Was it on your phone? Was it on a camera that you had? Because you originally started with your mom's camera, and now you're on to having your own cameras and great quality cameras too.
Right. Yeah. So when I started this channel, no, I'm gonna take it all the way back to the very first video I ever posted. I was using my mom's old camera, but that was before, like that was just like to start filming skating. I would use her camera. And then I remember getting like this crappy $20 camera from Target and like using that to film. And you know how like almost all skaters use like the fisheye lens. I didn't have a fisheye lens for the like little crappy $20 camera I got from Target. So I remember going to like this improved like this hardware store and getting a peephole for a door and taping it to the camera to use it as a fisheye. Yeah, the quality back then was so terrible. And then from there, I got a new camera for my birthday in like 2009, and I used that up until I started this channel.
That is so unbelievably brilliant to use a.
I know.
How did you come up with that idea?
Um, I don't remember. I think I saw like a video of someone like they just had their camera and they put it up to the peephole in the door and it looked like a fisheye. And I was like, I gotta like try to incorporate that somehow. It looked so bad. I wish I had a picture of it. It looked, a cop actually pulled me over for my camera that I had because he said it looked like a weapon.
I mean,
There was like a long peephole at the end of the camera. It looked crazy. I wish I had a picture of it, man. That
that's
would be
hilarious.
great.
That is super, just like an interesting a way to do it, but so smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so well, I'm just I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So sometimes you've left things up to your community. The
Right.
example would be getting this Baker skateboard that you most recently talked about. What is
Mhm.
it like to leave some of these choices of your channel and of your life up to complete and total strangers who hit a follow button on Instagram?
Um, I think it's just fun. It's just so much fun to like post something and just see people like what the people watching me like to see. Like it's just fun. Like every time I feel like I can't get a new skateboard without showing it now because I have to be like, what skateboard should I get? And everyone like seeing so many people like saying Baker, Creature, like all these different boards. It's just fun. Like there's something fun to doing some stuff like that. So it's definitely a big part of mostly just me getting new skate product is like what people want to see.
Yeah, and like some of the best or the highest viewed videos on your channel are all about kind of that whole like picking a new skateboard or getting different boards or setup boards or POV. So getting the GoPro was a major enhancement to the channel as well, and a different
Definitely,
view.
yeah.
So why do you think the POV style skateboarding is what really has bumped up your kind of viewership?
I think it's because nobody really films skateboarding like that. Like they
Yeah,
don't I haven't seen any other YouTubers like filming skateboarding like that, like consistently, you know? Like most of the time, they'll just get a new GoPro or like a new board or whatever, and they'll film like a little clip of it like that, but they don't do it consistently. So I was like, I should start, filming it like this, like see how people like it. And people love like the very first GoPro video I posted, like I'm pretty sure it's like almost 100,000 views now. I don't know how many views it has, but I remember that one blew up and people loved it. So I just kept doing it.
it's super close to 100, and honestly, I think you're spot on because when I when I looked, the title's perfect too. The title grabbed you because I was like, what is it like to look like go downstairs with a skate like
Right. Yeah.
POV? And then you have to watch to get there, and it makes total sense. I was shocked at how it would look, and at first it was a little weird to me to watch like
Mhm.
that, but then
Yeah.
you get so used to it so quick that it made sense. It's a different angle.
Yeah. Yeah. I started seeing like a lot of comments of people being like, the GoPro videos helped me get better at skating because I can see exactly where your feet are when you do like certain tricks. And I was like, that's a good way of like I didn't even think about that
Yeah,
when I was filming. Yeah. So yeah, I think just nobody really ever filmed skateboarding like that. So I was like, I'm gonna try this.
but it is exactly what your subscriber said. Like to see from a horizontal direction how foot placement isn't right, and looking down it's almost the same view that they have when they're skating, or I guess it is. So point of
Exactly.
view.
Yeah.
So that is a super good way, and I hope you incorporate it into your how to's coming up, because it would be really cool to see those, like how to ollie higher, which is another great video that you have. um
Yeah.
so talking about videos, in the video titled "What It Looks Like to Skate Stairs" that we're just talking
Mhm.
about, you say 1,000 likes and I'll drop in on the ditch. Did
Oh
you
yeah. Yeah. Right.
did you ever go back and drop in on the ditch?
No, I went back to look at it because like I was like, that was might have been like right as my channel started doing really good. So I didn't expect it to get 1,000 likes. But like I said, that was the first GoPro video that I made. So it just blew up and I was like, now I gotta go try this. But I went back and there was just like every time I would go back, there would be water running. So I was like, this is like gonna be hard to do. And it's like super sketchy. Like it's really sketchy. I still want to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I definitely want to go back when there's no water and try it. So hopefully I just go back and get lucky when there's no water and then just try it. Um, but yeah, I definitely want to go back and do that.
It's kind of like a catch 22, because the only time there's not going to be water is going to be super hot because it's summer
Right.
in
Yeah,
Vegas.
dude. And
So
it's crazy,
yeah,
man. The weather here is crazy.
yeah. So talking about Vegas, so you end up moving out to Vegas. And
Right.
how does that impact your channel and kind of the daily life of skateboarding?
Um, I think it started doing really well after like it was still pretty slow at that time. But like since like I was new here and I didn't really know like a lot of people, I was like very to myself when I was making videos. So I would make like trick tip videos, like helping people out, like setup videos, and people really just loved like the trick tips and the like very one-on-one videos. So I think it helped a lot with the channel, definitely.
So you frequently speak about the weather, going back to that, and
Yeah,
how hot it is. I mean, you are truly in the middle of the desert. This city doesn't exist other than, the
right,
force of nature, of man to put it in place. Um,
right.
However, frequently in the dead of summer, you're skating at a time that's very warm and you're wearing jeans Not only jeans, but black jeans. Can you explain the reasoning behind wearing full pants?
It's just the most comfortable. Like I can't skate in shorts. I can't skate in a hoodie. Like if it's freezing cold, I just can't skate with a hoodie on. Like I just can't do it. So it's just more comfortable for me. Like when it's super hot or super cold, I'll still go skate, but not for as long. Like I'll probably try to film as much as I can in like an hour when it's like super hot. So yeah, it's just the most comfortable, honestly.
I lived in Florida for years, and I would get made fun of all the time for going to friends' houses and doing things in jeans, and they're like dead summer, and I'm just more comfortable in jeans.
Yeah, it's like it's comfortable.
I get it totally.
Yeah.
Um, so man, I just had a question. And it went away from me. So I want to make sure that yeah, okay, so this is where I was going. Another part of your kind of channel is starting the videos in your car.
Yeah.
How did it, I mean, to me it makes sense, because like why would you want to stand outside for any longer in 110-degree weather? Why not just sit in the car
Right.
in air conditioning? Is it as simple as that, the reasoning behind doing that?
Yeah, like I remember it would just be hot, so I'd be in the car with the AC and just like talking to the camera, and like oddly enough, it would be at the start of the video every time. And then I remember not starting the video in the car, and then someone left a comment like, "It's weird not seeing you start the video in the car." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And then I would go back and look at my older videos, like most of these videos are started in the car. Like I didn't do it purposely. Now, whenever I start a video and it's not in the car, people are like, "What are you doing? You have to start in the car." So they kind of like that was the kind of like the viewers thing.
They
It
dictated
just
the change.
right, yeah, that was like a super accidental thing.
But I mean, from a functional beginning standpoint, it makes total sense. But then once you do it enough, you just can't undo that, right?
Right, yeah.
So another thing about the car is, at one point you showed when you got in the car and you started the car up, the car spoke to you, and it
Oh yeah,
said
yeah.
like, "Welcome, guest. This is going to be a terrifying ride," or something. Please wear your seatbelt. How did you get that to happen?
Okay, well, I don't know how many people like know this about me. I'm super into technology. Like I watch so many tech YouTubers. Um, and a new update had came out for iPhones for shortcuts. It's called shortcuts on your iPhone. And basically, when you can make your phone or your car, if it has CarPlay, you know CarPlay, like the
Yeah.
how you like you can get your apps in your car. Basically, when you plug in your phone to the CarPlay, you can have Siri say whatever you want her to say. And I was watching these tech YouTubers, and they're like, "There's this cool thing where you can go in your car, plug it up to CarPlay, and Siri can say whatever she wants to your passengers." And I was like, "I gotta try that." So I went in, tried it. It worked perfectly. I showed it to my mom. She was like, "Oh, I gotta have that." And yeah, it's super funny. But I actually stopped it from doing that because every time I get in the car, she starts talking. Like she says the same thing even when I'm alone. So I was like, "This is getting kind of annoying." So I just I stopped it. But yeah, that was super fun too.
That is really interesting. So speaking of technology and cars, those are two passions that you don't really focus on your channel. Is that something that you're gonna, bring into the channel ever?
Um, Probably, but I feel like I want to do like so many things, but I'm always gonna make the main focus on the video skating. So I definitely want to incorporate more stuff that I'm into, just not like a big part of the video.
Yeah,
And
technology.
a lot of people know my dream car is a Tesla, and everyone's like waiting for you to get that Tesla, waiting for you to get. So probably when I get the Tesla, there's gonna be a lot of videos in the Tesla, like about the Tesla. So
Yeah, well, there's just a release that they just put out that they're gonna have a $29,000 Tesla or something like that, a new one, a
yeah,
hatchback. It's gonna be sweet.
yeah,
I'm excited to see that. I think they're changing the world. They're forcing the fact that we have to use electric cars, which isn't bad because they're torquey and they're fast. So
right, yeah.
it'll be
Never have to pay for gas again.
no, but yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have to pay for gas, but you still have to pay for the electric to charge it.
yeah.
So, um, so when did you start to just kind of divert? When did you start to get into technology, and when did you start to get into cars? What was the kind of draw to those two worlds?
The technology thing probably started when I got my first iPhone, which was like the iPhone 4. I think it was the 4S, which came out in 2007-ish, 2008. So around the time I actually started my channel. So like when I started my channel, like I had the phone, I had cameras, computers, like there's just always technology around me that I had to use for videos. So that happened really early on. And then the car thing probably happened when I got my first car, which was like, I don't even remember how long ago that was. That was before I started my channels, maybe like 2012, 2013, maybe. So that's when that started. But yeah, I definitely want to start incorporating more of those things in the videos.
Yeah, it might also help you from getting to what a lot of YouTubers have is some kind of burnout. You know, the changing, adding, and creating new elements could help to diversify yourself. But
Right. Yeah.
right now, you love skating, so you might as well just continue to keep on rolling, pun intended.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of everything I have about your channel, and here I think what we'll do is talk about some subscriber channel or some subscriber or follower questions.
Okay.
And then I have one final question at the end for you. But with that being said, we'll get into it. There was I two things to anyone who's listening at this point. There was an unbelievable amount of questions, over 100.
Really?
And I was super late to the game and only posted this at noon my time. So over 100. I'm sorry if I don't ask your question. A lot of the questions you did ask were answered in the podcast. So thank you for asking them. Tag us when you listen to it so we can repost you. But there was a lot of questions. Yeah, man. I was like trying to keep up with them. My wife and I were
Yeah.
eating dinner right before I came down here to record. And yeah, and
Yeah, they go crazy whenever I post like those Instagram stories with the little questions, they go crazy. I get so many, it's ridiculous.
it's awesome. And it's a testament to you that you've created an amazing community, because truly not every guest that we have has this exact thing. So I'm going to start with three questions, and then I'll scroll through a little bit as we're talking. So
All right.
apologies to anyone in advance if I butcher your name. I don't mean it on purpose. So Charlie_Charlie.W_. When did you know skateboarding was going to be your career?
um, I think it was super early on because I remember being like 14 and just seeing how people live their lives of just like go to school, go to college, get a job, retire, and die. And I was like, that sucks. Like, who wants to live like that? So I just knew from an early age that I could, do something besides that. And definitely watching other people do it, like these crazy, like these YouTubers that just blow up on YouTube and just completely change their lives around. So I always knew that there was, an other way to live your life. So I think super early on in my skating when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah, just from talking, it sounded like once you started this channel, especially, then you
Yeah.
knew like this is it. This is the goal. I'm setting the goal, and you've checked off all the boxes that you've gone through, right?
Right. Yeah.
2,000, 10,000, 15,000, they all have rolled through. Next one is 100, and I don't think it's that far away.
Yeah.
So then we also have, this one's a tough name. I'm gonna run this. XM Caesar Padrone. If you weren't skating or doing YouTube, what do you think your career would be?
um, Probably I always wanted to do something with video editing, like even before like YouTube, skating. Like I was just so like, this is funny, but like Target always had the best commercials, and I was always like, I want to edit a Target commercial. So I always wanted to do something like that, but probably like some type of video editing, even if it wasn't YouTube.
I mean, honestly, like we talked about earlier, YouTubers are that medium, right? They're not going to TV actors or movie actors for these things. You very well could be in and edit a Target commercial. There could be an opportunity to do that. But
They had the best commercials, man. They did.
yeah, I don't disagree with that. I enjoy shopping and going to Target. I especially like going now. I always try and find the Braille fingerboards, and I always try and find Revive fingerboards by Tech Deck. I can never get one.
I think I saw a few actually last time I was in Target.
Man, they're never in my Target. I go every time. Like my wife and I go, and I'm getting baby stuff, and then I just sneak over to that aisle and get there.
Yeah.
So the real or the underscore real underscore Duarte 10. When is your video part coming out?
People keep asking me this. I'm not focused on making a video part, especially because I don't have a filmer right now. But if anyone in Vegas is down to film, like I'm down to start making one, but I'm not really, too focused on making one. I definitely do want to make one in the future. I don't have any plans on it though, but yeah, if I had a filmer, then it would definitely be out soon.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's tough to put a professionally looking video part out with, stationary camera work and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
You'd have to have, I mean, I'm sure you could get creative. You could go back to your creative nature of duct taping a peephole to a camera and kind of MacGyver this. So I'm gonna
Right.
just kind of look through ones that I didn't get to yet. So do you this guy has a couple questions. Mark _ Yang _ 0406. What music do you listen to when you skate, or do you listen to music when you skate at all?
Yeah, I definitely do. My music taste is all over the place when I'm skating. Sometimes I'll be in the mood to listen to like rap. I've actually been listening to a lot of Kid Cudi when I skate. Recently, it's kind of all over sometimes I'll just go on my Apple Music and just shuffle songs, so it'll just play anything, and I'll just be like super into it. Like I don't have a specific taste for music when I skate. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I guess whatever you're feeling, right? That's the beauty of music.
Right. Yeah.
So we had a bunch of questions. One of them was on this, a bunch of questions on this similar topic. We talked about it before we started recording today. And this one is, I'm just going to pull one of the people, Jewish _ skater _ shredder. Are you and Brian Arnett going to make some videos together soon? And I think we kind of talked about collaborations to look forward to if you want to talk through that.
Right. Yeah. I actually just posted 2 videos with Brian Arnett when I was in LA. So I don't know if they missed those, but if you missed them, go check out my last 2 videos. Brian's in both of those. For the most part, I try actually not to collab with a lot of people unless they're like my friends. Like Brian Arnett, me and Brian go way back, so he's just like one of my friends that I film with. But yeah, any upcoming ones? Not really. I mean, when I go back to LA, I'll probably meet up with a bunch more people, but for the most part, I try to stay away from like having people shout me out on their channels, because like I have this thing where like I don't want a bunch of people subscribing just because someone told them to, and then I have like a bunch of subscribers that don't watch my videos. They just subscribe because someone said so. So that's the main thing. But yeah, for the most part, it's mostly skateboarding YouTubers, which all the viewers are fans of skateboarding, so I'm pretty sure they would like it. But yeah, as of right now, I don't really have any planned.
It's not a problem, man. I mean, you just got to roll with it, and I like that though. I like the mentality of like, hey, I'm growing this on my own, and I want you to be a fan of me, not because you're here because so and so told you to come, which is a great way to look at it. I think the last one, this guy asked a bunch of questions, so I'm going to give him a shout out for it. 21 _ Jorge _ Jimenez _ 21. What was your first skateboard? I think we kind of talked about that. And just a reminder to everyone who did ask questions, a lot of these questions were answered in the podcast.
Okay, that's good then. My first skateboard, like I said, the first one that I ever remember having in the house was just like a toy. But when I got into skating and I wanted to, learn how to do tricks and everything, like I said, in 2007, I think the first board I ever had, I remember going to the Van store and buying a complete, and I think it was an Element complete, and it was like this crazy blue, like greenish, vibrant colored board. But yeah, it was an Element complete, I think.
They go hand in hand, the Van store and Element skateboards, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a Van store in the mall near me, well, not near me, in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and they had a mini ramp in it, and I always wanted to skate.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I was terrible at skateboarding at that time. I still am, but I never got to do it. So my final question to you is, what are you watching today on YouTube, and what does the mind of Ashton Kelley like to watch in his free time?
Oh man, like my YouTube taste is all over the place. I watch all the skateboarding YouTubers, obviously. I watch a lot of people that probably would be like, why do you watch them? Like I said, I'm really into technology, so I watch a lot of technology videos. I watch a lot of Tesla videos too. Like there's Tesla YouTubers, like they'll buy a Tesla and make videos strictly on their Tesla. So I watch a lot of that, and I watch a lot of just random vloggers, honestly. Like I watch a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of girl YouTubers, which is weird because I'm not like into, makeup or anything, but I feel like girls make the best YouTube video. Like they're so creative. It's kind of weird. There's this girl, I forgot her name. I wish I could shout her out, but I forgot her name. Her videos are literally like 10-minute movies. It's crazy the way she edits and everything. But like, yeah, when I'm scrolling on YouTube, it's a lot of skateboarding vloggers, even gamers. I watch a lot of gamers. It's kind of all over the place, honestly.
That's the beauty of YouTube, is there's a million channels, and more than a million, and there's a million things to go down, and you can find yourself literally anywhere in the world or any content. It's amazing. I mean, like literally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why I love it. And that's why I love talking to every YouTuber and getting to hear the story of how they chose to come onto YouTube, because it's such an interesting point. Like, why did makeup become? I mean, obviously, makeup's a massive industry, but like,
and those makeup YouTubers, they pull so many views. It's crazy.
It is. So, hey, if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting Ashton and myself. And get out there. Do something great with your life, do something great with your creativity, and create a channel. Just do it, right? It's super fun. Or Instagram, or do something fun and creative. And I appreciate everyone who's listening. Thank you so much for making this far. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, make sure you do that. I'll have reminded you in the beginning of this as well, with a little iCard, but it'll be here as well. As well as check out his merch. Buy some. Is there any available right now?
Yeah, the Valentine's Day merch is still there. My original merch is still there. It should be underneath every one of my videos, so it's super easy to find too.
Yeah, and it'll be in the show notes here, as well as all of his other social media. So make sure you follow him on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously YouTube. So Ashton, I appreciate the time today. This is a super, super fun conversation, and I'm blown away, and I can't wait to see what you provide YouTube and your subscriber and your community later on. And the 100,000 is right around that corner.
Yep. Thank you, man. It was a blast being here. Thank you.
Yes. And thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.